Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft-related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today I'm talking about prepping for the summer solstice. Unconventional ways, well, kind of unconventional, to prep for the summer solstice. So, um, this is, I think I say this about every season. It's one of my favorite seasons. Maybe I find the good in all seasons. Um, I'm in a place where it's going to get ridiculous. Well, it's already hot. Let's just be clear. So I already understand this. I know this. I accept it somewhat. But for the most part, I do love bright, sunny days. It makes me happy. And I tap into that energy. It just feels like it brings out that little kid in you. I think I've talked about this in a video recently. But around this time of year, it's great because it really taps into that kid when the summer came, if you were in school, or even if you weren't, you just have some sort of structured learning. In the summertime, it was time to go outside. You can be with your friends, sleep in. The days seemed endless. When you're very little, at least elementary school age kids, I remember that time where I just used to feel like the summer never ended. Like it used to feel like at least a year, or 6 months. 3 months felt like forever, and I loved all of it. I would start summer one way, and I would end it looking totally different, because I was outside all the time. Totally different complexion. Totally different complexion. Um, I needed a good scrubbing by the end of the summer. I was not like I wasn't cleaning, but I always felt like my mom would get my hair cornrowed, not braided. Different time. Cornrowed, and you're back in the day, your hair would be in that style, probably longer than it should have been, and you outside playing, sweating, dirt, and all that stuff. But I had hair. It was good. She kept me together. But during those summer months, it would get a little hectic, and I would look a little rough. But guess what? That was so fun. Those were the best times. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments if you want to share as well. But those were some of the best times. The rougher you looked as a kid, the crazier you looked. It was the best summer. But anyway, prepping for summer solstice. Okay, so first thing I'm going to tell you is get outside. Get outside. And I'm going to say this, I'm trying to explain as best as possible. Be sassy and flirt with nature. Basically, go outside. If possible, if you have access, go to a park where there's grass. Take your shoes off, your socks off, everything, and actually put your feet on the grass. And just let that happen. That's a thing, by the way. When you do that, there's a whole science behind that and what that does. I think it's called earthing. I'm not asking you to go on a trek and be outside. I'm just saying that for that moment, if you can put your feet into some grass, that's awesome. Same vibe if it's sand. If you're lucky enough to have a beach access, same deal. Grass to me has a different effect though than sand. They're both great, and I guess you can consider that earthing. Fun fact, I don't have an opportunity to do that where I'm at right now because I don't have access to grass around my home, so that kind of sucks. But there is a park nearby, and there is grass. They have some grass out there, so I'm going to take that opportunity and do that. So the point behind you doing that is just, like I said, those little things that kind of help align you with the season and align your energy, and being able to do that is going to be pretty awesome because it's warm enough to do that, right? And it's just showing appreciation to nature and just enjoying her, and just it's kind of the equivalent of a nice massage, a nice back rub, or rubbing through your hair. That's what you're doing with nature. That's what you're doing with earth, and you get something out of it too. It's a pleasing experience for both. But go ahead and try that. Go places. Go to places. When I say go to places, I'm not asking you. I know we have COVID still is very much still real, and not everyone is vaccinated, and things are not 100%. When I say go places, I'm not asking you to go any specific place, go on vacation, get on a plane, be around a bunch of people. You can find the park, take a walk around your neighborhood. I think people kind of got it messed up on this pandemic situation, like you can't go outside at all. You can go outside and walk by yourself. calm down. Like, don't don't let social media and the news scare you to the point that you feel like you can't even walk outside. You can walk outside unless you live in the middle of, the city. Um, and as soon as you walk out, there is a crowd of people on your street at all times, which most likely, it's most people, if you're watching this, it's probably honestly not the case. And even if you do live on a busy sidewalk where there's a lot of foot traffic, what are the chances that it's like that all day? At some point during the day, it probably slows down. So, and it's the summertime, so you don't have as, it's not as crazy as it is because schedules change and you don't have as many people out and about. So take an opportunity, even for a little bit, and just get outside. Notice I just keep telling you to go outside. Soak up the sun, soak up the solar energy. There's a reason for that. These seasons, excuse me, are not just good for plant life. They're good for us humans too. We have to soak up some sun. I am not asking you to be outside all day, but you should be out for some time and just feel that energy. It's kind of a big deal. And honestly, if you want to tap into the seasonal energies, what better way than to do it like this? This is the perfect time to do that. By the way, if you have crystals while you're outside and you're doing this, please wear them. If you can, if they're wearable as jewelry, put them on. Put your rings on. Put your jewelry on. I don't have anything on right now, but put everything on and go out. Let those charge in the sun's rays as it's on your person, especially if these are meant for protection, for luck, and things like that. Why not have it on you and just everything's all aligned? Obviously, protect your skin against the sun, but do allow that sun to touch your skin. Do allow it. Listen, you know how long is too long to be sitting out there, but I do think you should have some sun meditation if possible. Do not look directly at the sun, but I think you know that, right? But don't overdo it, but take some time and actually let it touch your skin as much as possible. Another thing that you need to remember is that all that work that you did in the chillier months, the autumn, winter, and possibly even spring, where you put all those seeds down, it's summertime, and it's that time where you can kind of relax and play a little bit more, magically speaking. Your magic should honestly, if you do your magic like me, seasonally by the will of the year, hopefully it's more playful now. For me, this is the time where I think about love spells. If you're going to do that, you can do self-love spells also. Passion spells. You want to do your sex magic now. If you were interested in that, this is a great time. Not that it's a bad time, but I'm just saying this is the summer heat and all that. It plays into that. This is a good time to do sun type energy work. Get out there and make sun tea, and that can be a wonderful potion that you make, a healthy potion, making some sun tea. And, you can put your intentions in it as you drink it. It could be a healing potion. Oh man, there's just so many cool things. If you are a gardener right now, protection is a big thing, because you're gonna, where I'm at, definitely have to protect everything that's outside from the harshness of the sun. It's great, but it can be a lot. So doing some additional protection magic over your plants, your herbs, and whatever you have planted, this is a great time to do that. And it's nothing like being able to harvest some of the things that you've planted. And maybe this is a time you want to create like some sort of prayer as you eat it, thanking Gaia, thanking Mother Earth, that sort of stuff. You can definitely do that now. So create some sort of a pagan prayer. This is a good time to do that. If you have been wanting to kind of get around to doing that, this is a great time to do that. And you can make this all part of your practice for around the summer solstice. This is what it can be about, where you sort of create all these types of witchy practices and rituals this time. I told you it was unconventional. So the type of magic that I'll be working around this time is definitely, I told you, sex magic is always good, but this is a great time for that love magic. Gratitude. I just talked about going out into the garden, being able to harvest, warm fruit, like a warm tomato. Oh my God, that's so good right now. Right off, you can pick it off. We have some tomatoes that we planted, some cherry tomatoes, and they're good when they're warm like that. Um, and just having a sense of gratitude. This is a time, all that work I just talked about, um, that you have to keep in mind, all the prepping and the oils you created and whatever else you've been crafting and doing in those winter months and fall of last year, and then finishing up in spring. Now you can really enjoy those magical workings, and have a sense of gratitude, to yourself, one, for being the awesome witch that you are, to plan, and also to whoever you might have petitioned, to house spirits, to spirit in general, to ancestors and so forth. And just maybe do a little gratitude ritual right now, because hopefully for you things are kind of a little bit more slower. You know, this is, I don't know, for me around this time, it's not that I'm not doing any magic, I'm doing magic. But like I said, my magic changes. It takes a slower pace. Even the ritual that I'm going to do for the new moon, I mean, it's a pretty standard, our, for me and my coven, our standard. But the thing is, yes, to definitely raise energy, but at the same time, to me, it feels like a good raise energy. It doesn't feel oh, I'm trying to describe it, but basically, it's like it. You know what? We raise the energy, but when we kind of level out and balance, it feels really positive. It feels really chill. Feels really good. But that's kind of how most of my magic is working at this time of year. Um, but yeah, so which is the next thing, release work. So this is a great time to do maybe some rituals around releasing any stagnant energy, unwanted energy that you just can't seem to shake. This is a good time to do that because, like I said, things are a little bit more slow in the summer because it gets so hot. You're probably inside a little bit more, or you're outside earlier in the day. The point is, how you there's a shift in activities and what you do, and when it's too hot, it slows things down, right? So maybe you want to take this opportunity. And when I say releasing, by the way, like I said, stagnant energy, unwanted energy, I'm thinking, something, a simple white candle. And you can do this in the middle of the day. It doesn't have to be like at night. It could be first thing in the morning. Maybe do a tarot spread first, 3 cards, just to kind of get an idea of, what you should be focusing on besides what you want to release. Is there anything else? I would ask maybe that. Kind of think about, contemplate that reading, what the results are, journal about it, your feelings about it, and like I said, have a white anointed candle. Um, and as you light it, just say some words. Nothing has to rhyme. You can just speak what you would like to release and end it with, as this candle burns, the releasing begins. So would it be something along those lines, or and then let the candle burn out and just breathe. Breath work is to me, that's, well, for me, it's a part of my practice because well, we know physically when you control your breathing, that's part of meditation. When you're going, having anxiety and you're having a lot of issues, getting your breath under control can mean everything, and magic as well. So this is a good time, when you're doing that type of releasing ritual, maybe just as the candle burns, do flame gazing. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about, where you look at the flame and you gaze. Uh, no more than 5 minutes or so. You don't want to, make yourself crazy and cross-eyed, because doing that too long kind of messes with you a little bit. Concentrating anything too long with your eyes is not good. So no more than 5 minutes or so is all you need for that. You don't need to just sit there and stare into a flame indefinitely. And then concentrate on your breathing, control breath work. It's a wonderful way to release. That's a wonderful ritual to do. Simple, again, that's another part of the summer solstice, of the summer season. It's just the simplicity of things. Your spells, try to make them more simple. I like to have all the things too and have them all out, but sometimes it's just nice to just have, simple things, maybe one candle only or something along those lines, and I'm good with that. Now, as I say this, hopefully all the prepping and all the other things that you've done and crafted and created throughout the year, the prior seasons, you can use those now. So you're not doing a lot of from the ground up stuff. You already have, things in your witchy cabinet, hopefully. um, I talked about nature connection earlier on as a great tip, unconventional ideas. Um, to celebrate or prep for the summer solstice, to just get in touch with nature. So right now, by the way, I haven't mentioned it, but the solstice, summer solstice, is officially June 20th. That's also Father's Day. So you probably are going to be out and about maybe anyway. But yeah, just getting outside, again, nature, listening to life out. There's the machines, there's the cars, and there's the air conditioners running. If you can kind of just block that out a little bit and just hear nature, hear the birds, um, little rustlings of whatever else that are out there. And I don't like to concentrate on too much on that because I'm not trying to see nothing that might be rustling around. Because for me, that's probably going to be a snake or scorpions, and I'm not trying to find out, or spiders, and I don't want any of that around me. They can live. I understand there are creatures here too. Just don't come over me. If you want to concentrate on that, by all means. I'm talking about nature in general. Just outside air. And like I said, of course, the rays of the sun. If you have a pool or something like this, listen, play up that water element. That is not a bad idea. Yes, it's not natural per se, but water is natural, even if it's been chemically treated. Don't worry about it. And if you're lucky enough to have like one of those salt-treated, saline-treated pools or whatever, awesome. You can really kind of put some different intentions on that entire pool and just go bathe yourself, baptize yourself, yes, if you desire. Make it part of a ritual. But anyway, the point is just get in touch with nature. If it's just a walk early morning, go do that, a bike ride, and just try to align yourself a little bit more. We only have, most of us, depending on what part of the country or where in the world you live, some of us don't have a lot of time to be outside because the weather makes it almost impossible. So there are certain times a year where this is it. So I'm telling you, take advantage of it. And then finally, the type of magic that I'm going to be doing as far as nature is, if I'm outside, because I'm in a climate where it's a little different here in the summertime. It gets so hot. So for me, it would be very early in the morning or once the sun has completely gone down. Doing some type of magical work, whether it's just, doing quiet meditation for 5 minutes or more or less because it's so hot. Or, like I said, going outside doing like sun teas and making little potions that are warmed by the sun, things like that. Celebrating. This is a great time to do celebratory type magic, dinners, barbecues, things like that. They can become magical, especially if you have access to people who are of the same mind as you with their witchy practice. If they or pagan, we'll just say that. You can have all types of pagan celebrations. Again, surrounded by food and drink. This is a great time to do that. And if you are not so lucky to have people around you who are also, we'll just say, under the umbrella pagan, virtual parties are still cool too, so look into doing things like that. Basically, the point is just celebrate for the sake of celebrating, because it's nice out, it's sunny, it's bright. Celebrate. So that's pretty much it. So like I said, a lot of this stuff, my unconventional ideas, are really just putting yourself outside. I've watched a lot of things about, the summer solstice and the pagan holidays that come around this time. And I know for some people, you might hear a lot of, opportunities to do different types of spells. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm, at least this season, I'm shifted a little differently. Right now, my mind is shifted differently. And it has probably a lot to do with the astrological events that are happening with retrograde and so forth. I just feel like more effortless type of magic is what's called for right now. nothing too heavy. But if you are dealing with heavy things, you know, it's probably great to not do heavy magic, to kind of just release a little bit more of that. And that's pretty much it. I have my notes here where I wanted to talk about this sort of stuff. And even this video, it's, you know, just a bunch of ideas, but nothing, you know, heavy like you should be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that, because I don't, you know, want to have that type of video anyway and put that energy out there. But anyway, yeah, let me know if you do kind of unconventional things around this time, magically speaking, for summer. And oh, one other thing I wanted to tell you, as far as other things, I think this is a great time to do money spells. I think this is a great time to do all that type of work, because that fiery energy, you know, tap into that sun energy, that heat, that, you know, feeling like boiling water, you know, like frying an egg, that build up, you know, let it build up, let that heat build up, and then release it. Um, Hence the sex magic. It's a great time right now. So if you wanted to manifest some things, if you wanted to do that type of work, again, this is that season to do all that sort of stuff. All right, so I'll end it here. Thanks again for watching. I'm Mika. This is Leap Taken. Please like, subscribe, share. And again, if you've already subscribed, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.